I had participated in different culture shows before. This is the last one I'll be doing, or I mean, this is the last one I haven't participated in. But I've never regretted doing a culture show, and a lot of Asian cultures are not ones that I'm particularly educated about or particularly like have a lot of contact with, I guess, or in the past at least. So I really wanted to learn more about, like, at least just the community itself and how it interacts and how it functions.
Well, it's really fun because like I love like dancing. First of all, yeah, it's really fun, and like you get to do it with like your friends, so like it's like a fun time, and like performing for everybody, that's also really fun. Like you get that like build up of like excitement like as it gets like more towards the show.
It's like something I'm very like used to, something like I want to celebrate, and now that I like have the chance to like celebrate it, not only with like just like my family, I have like the chance to celebrate it with like the rest of IMSA. Like that's such a great opportunity to take a hold of, and like yeah.
I think there's a lot of significance because coming from where I come from a very like rural town in southern Illinois where it's basically white and there's not much culture there and you're not like allowed to embrace it almost. So here it's like it's a celebration of who you are, and I think that's really important.
My favorite part about dancing, okay, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a K-pop star. And like, you know, I'm learning all these choreos, so I feel like a K-pop star. I'm not a K-pop star, but I feel like one.
Lunar is a big opportunity for me to remember my heritage and kind of reconsider what it means to be Asian in America. Also, it's just a lot of fun.
I think sophomore year especially, it introduced me to a lot of new people and a lot of new friends. And then junior year was just like a stressful time for everyone, so I think it was kind of like a way to get out of that sort of stress, and that's what dance really should be. And then senior year, it's kind of like as a senior class, we've built such a community together, and it's like interesting to think that next year the people that I've lived with for the past 3 years that I've come so used to always being together will no longer be together. Because if you think about it, like at normal schools, everyone comes back to the same hometown, but for us, we're scattered all over the state. And so it's things like cultural shows and whatnot that are bringing us together for the last time.
Like, there are like so many culture shows at IMSA, like, and I feel like as the opportunities given to me, I should be participating in them because I don't be cultured, you know?
I think it's like because a lot of people here don't really feel like enriched in culture because especially I know the cases like so for me when I was at home I had like Korean food everywhere, we always spoke Korean and there was like so much culture around me, but now that I'm at IMSA I find it much harder to connect to my culture, and I feel like Lunar is really nice because like even just behind me they're playing Korean traditional and it's like it reminds me of home a little.
I wanted to do tinikling because this is the first time I've ever done tinikling, so yeah.
For junior, I know that it's a really good opportunity to unite with my class and celebrate the culture together, and it has been, and it's a lot of fun to see how we all come together to just like learn about this new culture that maybe other people don't really know a lot about. And for script, I just thought it'd be really cool because I know that Asia's worked really, really hard this year, so I wanted to participate in that.
Chinese culture has been a huge part of my life, and honestly I really liked being part of Chinese traditional for the past 2 years, so I thought it'd be a great opportunity for me to try and choreograph it this year.
So like before coming to IMSA, I was kind of embarrassed about being like Asian American, and I think that after coming to IMSA I realized that it's not like something to be embarrassed about, and like your culture is like something that's very important. And also I think that Lunar is like, I feel like my storyline in the script, like I feel like it really like stood out to me. It was really impactful to me because in the script I'm playing like this girl who's like very whitewashed, I guess, and I feel like I dealt with the same thing like growing up, and after like coming to IMSA I feel like I definitely learned to like accept my culture more. And also I really like all the cultural shows here because it like allows you to experience other people's cultures. I think it's really interesting, so yeah.
I think I originally joined it because for me it was another way to come home Because for me, the Lunar New Year, I went home, we would call it Chinese New Year because I'm Chinese. We would come home from my family, it would be a night where we put enormous amounts of food on the table that no one was going to finish, but it was bringing the New Year, doing these silly traditions, like turning on all the lights in our house and smashing light bulbs because you can't actually light fireworks in our neighborhood. And the Lunar New Year at IMSA, because I couldn't go home very often, or was another way to celebrate the New Year with my new family at IMSA. And being able to help create this experience for other students has been really insightful in that.
I think every culture has the ability to express their kind of own specific differences, and I think for Lunar it applies to me. I think that Lunar shows my side, which is the Filipino culture.
This is significant to me because I am from Asia, but I'm not exactly Asia is Asian. So IMSA is all about diversity, but I never was part of diversity, a show, and I'm Indian, so I was always exposed to Indian cultures. So being in Asia has exposed me to K-pop and Korean music.
It's significant to me because I really like trying other cultures and everything. This was the first show after Diwali, and I already know about everything about Diwali, but doing dances with different cultures it just helps me experience it more, which is why I really like it.
For me, from my perspective, it was actually funny because I didn't even go to the Lunar New Year show my sophomore year. So, watching, not even watching it to being in so many acts is obviously a really big progression for me. In Lunar this year, I'm choreographer for the senior class dance. I'm a part of Befriend, an individual act that does dancing, and I'm also part of modern dance. Befriend? So last year, a group of seniors that very near and dear to my heart, but they decided one day that they really like to dance to girl groups, but that apparently there's this stigma that guys have to be masculine and stuff. So they're just instead of just doing traditional aggressive, angry male dances, they just did a fun, cutesy girl dance, and then it was a lot of hype. It was really fun, and then they just passed down the torch to us.
I learned there's different moves. I never I could always do the Indian moves because they're always kind of same and similar. But learning all these different moves because they had different styles, it was just all new to me, I guess.
For I think especially Korean traditional, you could see a lot of cultural culture in it because it's it's a different type of music and instrumentals and how their dance they do, and I'm not sure when they perform it, but it's just a different sound. It's really cool.
So I will admit that even though I've participated in the Diwali show for the past 3 years, I will admit that I actually don't know anything about Diwali. I've probed my quad mate before to tell me the story, and it's something about a god coming home or something like that, and there were lights, which is why it's the Festival of Lights. But it celebrates the Asian culture because Lunar is really supposed to be about family and friends, and a lot of people bring to the argument that oh, people don't truly understand what Lunar is, but it's more about, enjoying time with your friends, and that's exactly what my family does during Lunar New Year. We have a poker party actually with a bunch of us together, and it brings the community together to put something together that's 2 hours long and really amazing.
Reach năm mới.
新年快乐!
Chúc mừng năm mới.
新年快乐! 新年快乐! 新年快乐!
서로를 불러왔던 것처럼 내 혈관 속 뒤에 네가 말해줘 내가 찾아 헤매도 너라는 걸 우리 만남을 수학의 공식 Don't go where you are 우주의 선미 내게 주어진 운명의 증거 너는 내 꿈의 춤춰 Take it this love I want a little love 난 너에게만 집중해 좀 더 세게 나를 꺼내 태초의 DNA가 널 원하는데 이건 필연이야 I love it 우리만이 true love it 그녀를 볼 때마다 서술화책에 놀라
我们希望你会喜欢这个节目。对。
I mean, yeah, we have all the other Asians, and we like come together, and we like eat food.
Okay, so
What do you want to say?
you guys to say like Happy New Year.
新年快乐。
新年快乐。
Ready? That was fun. Ready?
恭喜发财。红包拿来。
Stop. Stop. Literally leave.
You'd be like, dude, we could like cuss in this and they wouldn't know. Whoa.
No, I have to do translation.
你们好。你们好。我们希望你。
Shit. I'll just agree with you. You say it and I'll agree with you.
我们喜欢。You got this stuck in my head now. Okay. 我们。
Everybody should be able to enjoy the cultures. Yeah.
Bling bling.
What he said.
You could like videotape them, and then like put it on the green screen, and then actually interview it with the. Just it'll be kind of dank. Oh my. So I realized that as being a choreographer, that skipping practices is actually very annoying to the choreographer, and I didn't know that sophomore year. And so I think I rightly deserved as a sophomore to be roasted every day that I missed the practice.
Sophomores better than junior and senior.